Good crafternoon. Good crafternoon. Happy Sunday. Hey, you're with Dawn and crafting with me this afternoon. My name is Dawn Bourgette. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, aka Dawn's Creative Chalet. And I'm going to make sure I'm in the right spot. It looks like I am. So as you join, make sure to say hello so I know that you're here. I have a whole bunch of stuff I'm shuffling around here. Let's see. If you guys hear a bunch of crazy noises, it's the wind. I don't know what the deal is, but it has been extremely windy in Northwest Michigan the last several days. So anyway, it sounded like something was slamming up against my window a little while ago. All right, we have, looks like somebody who's popped on, so say hi when you're here. Hey, hi Evelyn, how are you? Happy crafternoon. All right, we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna dive on into a couple of things I wanna make sure I cover before we get crafting. So first of all, of course, we have our mini catalog that's active until the end of June. I was looking into our inventory status report on some things. Some things are getting on low inventory, and I think the thing that we're going to have a problem with is our dies, because they come from overseas. So if there are things that you're wanting in this mini catalog, I'm starting to say really last call on a couple of things because they're on low inventory. So make sure to grab anything that you're wanting in this catalog now. Really, seriously. I hate to say that, but even some of our bundles in the annual catalog, they're getting sparse. It's the dies, you guys. So if you love dies, make sure to get them now. One of the sets that I really love that's in the annual catalog are the stitched rectangle dies. They're on low inventory. A couple of the other things that we'll be using today, I'm going to point out, are on low inventory as well. And they're staples in our craft room. So heads up as we craft this afternoon. Also, Sale A Bration is on until the 28th. Today is February the 20th. This is Facebook Live number 19, by the way. So anyway, Sale A Bration ends in 8 days. 8 days, you guys. So make sure if you want to grab something up yet to get the free things in the catalog to do so. Here's the information for my online store at dawnscreativechalet.stampinup.net, and here is the host code for February. Okay? Now, if by chance your order is $150 or more, do not use the host code, because I want you to benefit by getting the additional host rewards, or the Stampin' Dollars, or I always am confused on what we call them. But anyway, AKA free stuff, the free stuff. So if it's $150 or more, do not use the host code. Get those for yourself. And it starts at 10% back before the shipping and tax that you get in free stuff. So for instance, if your order is $150, you'll have $15 that you can play with, which could be a stamp set. And we also have those really cute stamp sets in the back of both catalogs that are only for hosts. And at $150, you're considered a host. Pretty cool. So anyway, I just want to let you know about that. I don't want this to go too far because I want to show something there in a minute. What else? Oh, we have Paper Pumpkin, which you can sign up until the 10th of the month to get the March kit, which is Beyond the Horizon. And that is going to coordinate with something that's in the mini catalog. If I can find it, I didn't mark it, of course. Aha, here we go. So it's going to coordinate with this product right here, which is absolutely beautiful, right? So, and also in March, the March Paper Pumpkin Kit, you're going to get a free gift. There's a second, so you're going to get 2 stamp sets in the March kit, because I believe March is the birthday for Paper Pumpkin. I can't remember how many years it's been now, but time flies. This little Paper Pumpkin is getting older. So anyway, I just wanted to show you that. And that is what it's going to coordinate with. I know it'll be beautiful. It'll be beautiful. In fact, I did put together this month's kit, I just received it. When was this? Friday, Saturday? So I thought I would just show it really quick. Super cute. Really super cute. It's quite comical, actually. I love this little guy. And then there's the, I don't know, is he a gorilla or an ape? Is there a difference? I don't know. But anyway, and I also love this little elephant here. He's adorbs. I got a thing about elephants anyway. I love elephants. So anyway, that was for February. So if you do get the paper pumpkin with me, which a few of you do, that's what they look like when they're put together. All right, what else was I going to tell you? Oh, here we go. We have the all together products. They're getting low on the blends now. Just to let you guys know, if you really love this, make sure to grab it soon, because this is not going to be in the annual catalog. This is something special just right now through May 2nd or while supplies last. Also, the paper is the black and white paper, which is 6x6. It's beautiful. And I can think of a gazillion ways to use black and white paper, right? Because we can zhuzh it up, we can color it, we can leave it. There's a lot of really cool patterns in that paper. The Stampin' Blends, the natural tone Stampin' Blends, right now 2 of the colors are not available. And I believe that was the light and the light medium. They're not orderable right now. And the other 3 sets are on low inventory. So these, though, will be into our new annual catalog. So that's a good thing. I just don't know how long it's going to take to get them back. Okay. So I wanted to let you know about that. Also, we have a new promotion starting on March 1st called Waves of the Ocean. So I have another card for you guys. And for those of you who maybe weren't here last week, show you a couple of cards here. So this is the one I was showing last week that I made with the stamp set, the dies. Yeah, it's really cool. I love the colors and the designer paper. It's beautiful. And you can also see the shimmery little embellishments there. Aren't they pretty? I love them. And then here, this is a good sample of the foil paper and the dies in use with the foil paper. Also on the clouds, can you see how dimensional they are? I'll show you the dies in a second. But they're very, very cool. And it even has the die to cut out these little birds. And again, the jewels that are on the card. I just think that this collection is gorgeous. So here's a little bit of information on it right here. You have the Gotta Have It All button, the full collection, or you can buy it in bits. Let's see here. This here is going to be into our new catalog. I have to think about this because I don't want to give out misinformation, but I believe this is carrying over into our new catalog. But the designer series paper, the foil paper, and the rhinestones are not. So they're while supplies last. So grab them up as soon as you guys can. Now, if you want this stuff now, you can be a demonstrator like myself. Join our beautiful team, and you can put this into your starter kit, which is pretty awesome because you get to choose 125 of goodies for your starter kit. Along with, actually, there's 2, yeah, we get the 2 free stamp sets as well. So you could choose this, which is $79.25, get one of everything, and still put stuff in your cart and get 2 free stamp sets on top of that. Woohoo! Pretty awesome. So anyway, and that is part of Sale A Bration. And again, Sale A Bration ends on February 28th. So we have 8 days left. I can't believe, like, time is flying by, you guys. All right, and gosh, I think that was everything. Oh, I wanted to show you the stamp set and the dies. These are just so cool. So cool to play with. So these are the clouds, and those are the little indentations that you put into the clouds to make them look dimensional. You have the birds and 2 different dies for the waves. This is for the seagull on the wood, and then a couple of, I don't know what you want to call them, tags, I guess, kind of plaques for the sentiments that are in the stamp set. And give you a close look at the stamp set itself. I think it's just pretty darn cool. And I've had a lot of fun playing with this. And I'll have even more samples soon. I just don't want to, you know, I'll show you bits and pieces. Got to tease you slowly. Also, one more thing I do want to cover with you guys really quick is speaking of some low inventory things. Now this catalog, this is our annual catalog, which ends the end of April. So I believe mid-March, as demonstrators, we're going to be getting a retirement list. I'm thinking mid-March, end of March-ish, around there. So with that being said, one thing that we know that holds true every single year is that we have a set of 5 ink colors that retire. So with that being said, these 5 colors right here will be retiring. These 5 will carry over, and then we'll have a new set of 5 that will fill the place of these. With that being said, if you guys love these and if you don't have them all, you need even a re-inker, that type of thing, grab it now. These are all, actually both sets are on low inventory, as well as the stamp re-inkers, refills, I should call them. I always call them re-inkers. I don't know why, but the ink refills. So they're on low inventory, you guys. So I'm going to give you a heads up. Order these now. Get them now, okay? And that way you won't be disappointed later. I don't know what they're gonna do as far as handling things that they know will be retiring, if they're going to bring them back once again to give you guys one last shot before they retire, or if they'll just say, you know, they're retiring, we're not going to refill the stock. I have no idea, so I'm just giving you a heads up because that's what I do. All right, and no, I guess, well, no, we won't do that. Okay. So I'm going to get some stuff out of the way, and I'm going to put this here and this here for a minute, because I want you guys to choose. Hey, Jamie, how you doing? Which paper we should use for our, what do you want to call it? For the card itself. I'm like having major brain farts today. I think it's because I went out for brunch and I'm all out of whack. Usually I'm here all morning. I take things slow. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Okay, so anyway, today we're going to work with the Abstract Beauty paper. Now this paper, oh, that's right, I was going to show you this in the catalog. My goodness, I have things. If you guys could see my room, and I know I say this every week, but yeah. Anyway, so today what we're going to do is we're going to do something fun to stretch our DSP, our paper. And we're going to work with this paper right here. There's something a little bit unique about this paper in our mini catalog. This is called Abstract Beauty. And for the first time, I'm not sure why, I have no idea, but they decided to throw a different size at us. So this package of paper is cut at 4 by 6. It is a specialty paper, so there's hints of gold throughout one side of the paper, which is really pretty. And I tell you, it doesn't do it justice in the book. I love it. I absolutely love it. So with that being said, I was roaming around online, and a couple of my fellow demonstrators, so I want to give them credit as well, both Mary Nabe and Debbie Henderson, were showing something that I thought was absolutely brilliant. And I thought, I would love to share that with my customers, because I just thought it was pretty awesome and I could whip up some thank you cards really quick. So I asked for permission and they said, sure, share it. So I'm going to share it with you guys today. So we're working with, like I said, the Abstract Beauty DSP. And just to give you guys a quick look at it in case you haven't had a chance to see it. And like I said, there's hints of gold on one side. And the other side, of course, it's a two-sided, double-sided paper. And the other side does not have the gold accent on it. It's a lot of fun. It's bright and cheery. And it's kind of right up my alley because I kind of like the kind of funky, I don't know, I just call it funky paper. Especially like these with the brush strokes, the polka dots. You guys love, you know I love polka dots and stripes. And this one is really cool too. And then there's the back side of that. Anyway, so we're going to use that today. And we are going to stretch our paper out so that we don't waste any of it. So what I went ahead and did in advance is I chose 4 patterns out of the pack. Okay. Now I originally was going to do pink, but then I thought there's, this is Magenta Madness, by the way. And I thought, well, I haven't done the cards in Pumpkin Pie, and Pumpkin Pie is one of the colors in some of the paper. So, with that being said, hey, Kristen. You guys are ahead of me. You're already voting. I see that. So I was just going to say, help me decide which should I use. But it looks like pink is winning. It looks like it. All right. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to do pink. I love you guys. All right. So again, this is 4 by 6 in size. So first of all, what I did, oh, I want to show you some samples. I'm getting ahead of myself today. What's up with that? See all these cards right here? I made them in about an hour. So it's a matter of how you, oh my goodness, cut your paper and all that fun stuff. So I want to show you for an example. And these will be on my blog as well. So if you want to see them again, make sure to go to dawnscreativechalet.com and I'll have them photoed there. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to cut the paper, we're going to mix and match it. Okay? Aren't these cool? So I used Balmy Blue as far as the cardstock of the paper. This I used Night of Navy and mixed up some patterns. Again, I made 16 cards in about an hour. So I just thought that this was really brilliant. And I can always use thank you cards. But again, if you guys wanted to use a different punch or a different, actually you could use any DSP. Just make sure that you cut it at 4 by 6 first for these measurements to work. Okay. And that one has the Just Jade cardstock as the card base. And then I made one more set of 4. Wait, there's more. So this was with the black, basic black cardstock. And aren't these fun? They're so much fun. And like I said, if you just want some really quick cards, and you could do any sentiment on them for sure. So yeah, so let's get started. Woohoo! Now again, if you don't catch the measurements, I will have them on my blog at dawnscreativechalet.com. I made a little pattern here. So this is actually a 4 by 5 1/4 piece. And you're like, well, Dawn, you just said that they are 4 by 6. That's correct. So we have to cut the paper down just a little bit. All right. So we're going to do that first. So I'm going to bring out my trimmer. By the way, you guys, the blades are on low inventory. So if you need blades for your paper cutter, if you guys haven't tried our paper cutter, it rocks. But anyway, if you need the blades for this, low inventory, grab them. Grab them up. Okay, so what we're going to do on the long side is we're going to trim these down. And I'm going to take all 4 pieces together. I know, I feel saucy. I'm living on the edge. But if I can make things a little bit easier for myself, I will. So we're going to cut all 4 at once. We're going to cut 3/4 of an inch off. So this will be 5 1/4 is what we're going to cut it down to. So So we're going to set these aside because we're going to use these inside the card. Now, the other thing that I want to do, in fact, I'm going to bring this a little bit closer so you can see it. I'm going to go ahead and on the short side, we're going to cut at 2 3/4 inches. We're going to set the long skinny pieces aside for a minute. We're going to take this piece here, we're going to turn it back to the long side, make sure that they're all even Steven, and we're going to cut at 3 inches. Okay, so we have one side that's a little bit larger than the other. I'm going to put them aside. I'm going to bring back this piece here, that long skinny piece, and we're going to cut it at 2 inches. All right, so we have a longer and a stubbier piece, and we're all done with our cutting. Ooh, I hear the train going by. I don't know if you guys can hear that. That's so cool. When the wind blows a certain direction, and we're in a house right now where the track is like super close. I love trains. I don't know what it is. Okay, sorry about that. Squirrel. So now what we're gonna do is we're going to match, first of all, each pattern in a little pile, and I'm gonna put it from largest to smallest so that they're all the same. I hope that makes sense. So we'll take the third pattern, and then the fourth pattern. All right, so I've piled them up all the same, okay? Now, this is the hard part where I try to do a PDF that you can download on my blog, and I couldn't figure out how to describe this. So I'm like, just watch the video. It'll make more sense. But what we're gonna do is this. Pile number 1. We're going to take the first piece and we're gonna tuck it behind. Pile number 2, we're gonna take the first 2 pieces and we're going to tuck it behind. Pile number 3, we're gonna take the first 3 pieces and we're gonna tuck it behind. The fourth pile, we're gonna leave just as is. Okay, so now we're ready to kind of rock and roll. Now don't sneeze. So I've cut a couple of pieces, 2 pieces to 4 1/4 by 11 and scored at 5 1/2. And again, this is Magenta Madness. Get my bone folder here. By the way, bone folders, they're on low inventory. It's crazy, just absolutely crazy. And like I said, these are things that are staples in our craft room. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe so much is on low inventory. Alrighty, I love a nice crisp edge on my cards. That's one thing I'm really, really fussy about. Okay, now we're gonna grab our seal. By the way, seal refills on low inventory. Oh my goodness sakes, see a pattern here? So I'm gonna grab one of my cards. So what we're gonna do is, it's gonna be the short and the long, and then the larger and the smaller. Kind of makes sense. It will in a minute. I'm gonna keep this here so I have something to look at here. So I'm gonna take this one. So you're gonna take the first one off of each pile. And that's what you're gonna use on your card. I hope that made sense. So we're just working all the way across those piles that we shuffled. And then we're gonna start to paste them on. And I leave about 1/4 inch on the edges. So what kind of fun things did you guys do this weekend? Let's see, this one and this one here. There we go. Wanted to make sure. So I had a blonde moment. I have to tell you guys this because this is just so me. I cut my paper and I wanted to make quite a few samples. And I was trying to put this piece down, but I had it turned the other way so it wasn't fitting correctly on here. And I was like, I almost trashed my paper and threw it away. I was like, oh my gosh, you gotta be kidding. I messed the measurements up already. And I'm gonna have to do this live. And then afterwards I thought, you know what? Nope, I'm not gonna throw those away yet. I'm gonna come back to that in a bit. And when I did, I'm like, oh, silly girl. You just put that on, or we're trying to put it on the opposite way. So if it is too tight, just turn your paper. Just a Dawn thing. What can I say? Okay, so this is making 4 cards, by the way. So we're going to go ahead and put this one together. Again, about 1/4 of an inch. So pretty clever, right? I mean, what a cool way to use this DSP. And I personally, I'm a person that loves to mix and match patterns. Sometimes I dress this way, mixing and matching patterns. In fact, right now I have leopard leggings on. I know, I'm a bit crazy. What can I say? Okay, and then take again my 4 pieces. Let's see, I think. Now I'm gonna question myself. Oop, the larger one on the top. See, I'm almost messing that up again. There we go. I'll say something about that didn't make sense to me. Okay, there we are. I should stop for a second and see what you guys are saying. Oh. I have such a hard time with trying to read and stamp at the same time. It's pretty scary. So you guys know, if anything, I'll comment afterwards. I'm afraid I'll mess this up if I don't pay attention. Okay. All right, we got one more card. And these are the last 4 pieces. I love this pop of gold. It's so pretty. Whoops. And because there really isn't a lot on the card itself, that gold helps to dress it up a little bit. Because I call these flat cards because usually I love to layer a bit, but these really don't require a lot of that. Okay, so we have just made our basic, whoops, like that, 4 cards. Boom! Pretty cool, right? So now what we're going to do is, I need to grab a piece of white paper. I forgot that part. I'm going to go ahead and just grab a scrap, a couple of scraps just in case. And I decided to use, this is I think called the Essentials Tag Punch. So we're going to punch out a tag for each card. Well, okay. That's why I grabbed 2 pieces. I knew. Okay. There we are. And I also decided to use the same stamp set that Debbie did. And this is the Flowing Flowers. and the thank you, which like I said, I go through thank you cards like water. So this one fit this tag punch really well. So I was like, I'm not gonna rethink it. I'm gonna do the same. So I have that set to go. And then, yeah, we'll stick with this. I'm gonna use Night of Navy for the ink color. Get these out of the way so I don't accidentally stamp on them. So that's something I would do. Take my thank you. I love sending thank you cards. It's one of my favorite things. All right, perfection. And the other thing I was going to do, and I didn't, is tie some bows. Hi, Helen, how are you? Thanks for stopping by today. All right, so I have my handy dandy little bow maker here. I should have done this in advance, so sorry about that. Wasn't thinking. Like I said, I was thrown off a little bit this morning. Usually Sundays are just one of my lazy days. But I was offered to be taken out to brunch. So I said, okay, I guess if I have to. All right. There we go. And a couple more. Again, sorry, this is probably like watching paint dry, isn't it? My backdrop here that I'm using to stamp on is really slippery, so everything slides around. Like last week I was trying to use the mini Stamp and Cut emboss machine, and that thing wanted to fly that direction where my laptop is. I was like, no way. So if you guys have that issue, one thing I was going to get today, and I did get a chance to stop by the store, but remember, well, my mom used to use this stuff. I guess it's called drawer liners or lining. And remember the stuff that was like non-skid to put inside your drawers in the kitchen? I have a roll of that somewhere, but I think it's in storage since we're kind of in transition of where we're going to be next. And anyway, that helps a lot. So your die cut machine does not go woo and slide away. Okay, so we have our bows, we have our tags. Now I need some dimensionals. As you guys know, one of my favorite things ever. And we'll put some dimensionals on the backs of these guys. Goodness sakes, and this is wanting to stick to my table. All right, and one more. Okay, there we go. And go ahead and stick these right about there. That looks good. So there's one. Two. I'm afraid if I let my dogs outside, it'll be like Toto and they'll blow away. Watching the trees whipping around out my window. Okay, so now we've put our sentiment on. Now we need to add the bows with my mini glue dots, or I call them, maybe I shouldn't say it on here, but I call them boogers. I know, I'm weird. What can I say? You guys can't tell me you don't have funny names for the tools in your craft room. And if you don't, if you say you don't, I don't believe you. Okay, a couple more bows. Oops. I think that stuck to my thumb more than it did the ribbon. One more. And then I also grabbed, because you know me, I have to have a little bling. Oh, wait. Before I do that, I cut pieces of basic white at 4 by 5 1/4 to put on the inside. So we're going to do that because we need to use these. So go ahead and do that first, and then we'll decorate. I always think a card looks more finished when you have the little, I call it a liner on the inside of the card. Because then you can stamp your sentiment and decorate inside and all that fun stuff if you wanted to. All right, and one more. And then we'll add the pretty piece inside. Okie dokie. So now that little strip that we cut, that 3/4 inch, we're going to add it to the inside of each card, and I'm just randomly going to add it. So it's a little bit of pretty, right? Like that. So cool. It was hard to decide because both sides of this paper are so cute. And 2 more pieces. There we are. And there we go. See, no waste. We used every bit of that 4 by 6 piece, actually 4 pieces of the 4 by 6 pieces of paper. Now, these go with that, I guess you want to call it a suite of product. And these are the adhesive backed hexagons, which I used on, yeah, I think I used them on all the other samples. So we can either use these or, of course, I have rhinestones. So which do you guys think I should use today? The rhinestones or the hexagons? And while you're voting, I'm going to check and see if I missed anything or if you guys had any questions. Aw, thanks, Jamie. You're pretty darn inspiring too. Like, you know, I learned from you guys. Honestly, my friends, my demonstrator friends, everybody inspires me. Like, I don't know what I'd do without you guys. Okay, Jamie says rhinestones. We're gonna hexagons. Okay, I tell you what. Let's do 2 and 2. We'll do 2 with hexagons and 2 with rhinestones. We'll be fair here. So we'll go ahead, and this is my Picket tool, which I love because I have fake nails. And it makes it much easier to grab things. Whoops. Ooh, he's stuck right to me. Okay, so we'll do 2 with rhinestones. There we go. So we got a little bit of bling. Gotta have the bling, right? You guys know me and bling. And we'll do 2 with these hexagons. I can't talk. The hexagons come in black, basic black. I believe this is Blushing Bride and Just Jade. So it matches the paper. You know, there's always a trend with Stampin' Up. We'll do this one in Jade. We love to match, right guys? And then we'll do this one with, we'll do it in pink. Blushing Bride. I'll put one there, and how about one right there? Okay, cool. So there you guys go. I should have timed myself to see how long it took to make those, but of course I did have a little bit of prep done But I mean, how easy is that, right? What a great way to use your paper. I love it. I absolutely loved it. And I fell in love with it. And like I said, I made 16 cards in no time. So once again, I will show you the pattern that I have here. So this is cut down to 5 1/4 on this edge. So just imagine that was originally 4 by 6. I should have actually made it 4 by 6 with a little cut line there. But anyway, super, super easy. A great way to use your DSP. Like I said, I was a little bit perplexed with this, with it being 4 by 6. And I wanted to get the most leverage out of this designer series paper. And there's absolutely no waste. So that made me very, very happy. So I hope that you guys found this helpful. If you decide to make some yourself, like I said, you can use any DSP. Just make sure you cut it down to 4 by 6 first so that it's easier to go by that pattern and then do your shuffling after you've matched all your patterns when you've cut. And then go to town and make some cards, post them underneath this and show me what you've made with this. I would love to see what you've come up with or your mix and match of patterns with this particular DSP in itself. Like I said, it's beautiful. And I just love the fresh, fun colors. And it reminds me that spring is hopefully, crossing my fingers, that spring is just around the corner. And just to remind you guys once again, make sure to go to my YouTube channel and click the subscribe and the little bell. Make sure it turns black. That means that you will get all notifications as I load videos to YouTube. Check out my blog, which is dawnscreativechalet.com. Make sure to share this video, this live, with your friends, because the more the merrier, right? And also, if you'd like, you're welcome to also join my community. So you're on my page, my business page right now, but I also have a community which is called Dawn's Creative Chalet Paper Crafting Community. So come on over and join us. We'd love to have you. But once again, thanks so much, you guys, for joining me this Sunday crafternoon. I know that you have busy schedules, so I appreciate you being here and saying hi. And I hope to see you next week. Same time, same place, same bat channel at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, Eastern time, right here at Dawn's Creative Chalet. Thanks again, you guys. Bye-bye.